This ran by itself this morning. I recorded a video on my phone, walked away, and a content brief landed in my Notion. No cloud, no subscriptions, no API keys, and a week ago I was about to build this all wrong. As a busy parent, I'm learning to use AI to get all the leverage I can, and as ugly as it is, I'm trying to do it in public. Last week I set out to automate turning my daily video journals to YouTube content briefs. That should help me structure my thoughts faster and save me time on busy work that produces no value. At first I picked the obvious stack, the one everyone recommends. Cloud, APIs, make.com, gluing it all together. Apparently it was a very poor choice. By the end of this video you'll see the setup and workflow I ended up with, 3 reasons why I threw the first one out, and one lesson I think so many builders forget when building these quick automations online. Here's the stack I was building. Phone records a video, Google Drive syncs it via the cloud, make.com picks it up, sends the video to transcription service like Assembly AI. The result is piped to Claude API with a big prompt, and the result is dropped in Notion. On paper this looks clean and simple, but in practice it's about the worst thing you can do. Problem 1. Every free transcription service has a file size limit, and my journal entries are about 1 GB each, which means that either I'm paying for it forever or I'm adding extra complexity to strip the audio away and risk that I run out of free make.com operation limit credits. Already ugly. Problem 2. I opened Claude API docs and realized that Claude API doesn't know who I am. It doesn't know my voice, my audience, who I'm making content for and why. To get useful briefs, I'd have to copy paste my about me, my values, my voice into a huge prompt and pass it around with every API call. Then I would also need to update it in 2 places every time I wanted to change something. That's context fragmentation, and you should avoid it like plague. And finally, make.com doesn't autosave reliably. My session expired, I lost half-built scenario, and I was just sitting there staring at a blank canvas thinking, come on, it's 2026, which software doesn't have autosave? Anyway, I started rebuilding the scenario and I couldn't shake the feeling that something's off. I'm about to ship gigabytes of my private video journals across the internet to 3 different companies just to extract a few kilobytes of text, while my own GPU is sitting beside me doing absolutely nothing. The whole stack everyone on YouTube recommends exists because 5 years ago it was the only option that actually existed. Cloud APIs glued by make.com was the solution, but it isn't anymore. I just hadn't noticed. So I threw everything away and started over. Here's what I ended up with. Phone records a video, then it's synced via Syncthing app via Wi-Fi to my PC locally. PowerShell script on my PC that Claude helped me develop detects new file, runs free ffmpeg tool to strip the audio and clean up, passes it to faster whisper that uses my GPU to transcribe audio to text in a few seconds and creates a text document. Then Claude Cowork runs a scheduled task once a day, uses my own context, picks up the transcription, makes the analysis, and creates Notion entry. Hands off, runs for free and without limits. My biggest lesson from this project is that both AI and YouTube tutorials can derail you to a solution that doesn't fit your situation at all. If I didn't push back, implemented what Claude suggested, I would have an inefficient, slow, and maybe even expensive solution that produces generic AI slop. Now my identity, my voice, all live in one place. It's Claude Cowork. It's one document updated once. Everything else in the pipeline is run through it. The skill that writes the brief doesn't need me to copy-paste the about me to it every time. it just inherits it, because it lives inside the tool that already knows me. If I had built the cloud version, that context would be copy-pasted into a make scenario, Cloud API, maybe a Notion template, 3 copies, 3 places to maintain. Your context is your moat. You should solve that by designing your system around that, not by copy-pasting your about me to 5 different places. This took longer to create than make scenario would have taken. I ran into some roadblocks, but Claude was able to guide me through it, and solution became pretty robust. What I have now is actually mine. It runs for free and it gets better every time I tune it, and I don't depend on some service changing operation limits.